Hey, I believe that did it. All right, yo. All right. Sweet. Sweet. Get this out of your way. From the moment I wake up until put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. How you guys doing? Happy Thursday? Whatever day it is. Happy today? Cheers. Feel free to pour you guys selves a glass of wine or something. I ran out of wine, so I'm drinking spiked eggnog just to get into the holiday spirit. You feel me? I'm gonna go solely off of your guys' input for this one because I don't necessarily know what I'll say for a follow-up to the trending spirituality. Normally people leave me all kinds of messages and then I go off of that, but I didn't get much in the line of messages for this one. But we'll see what happens. It's been somewhat of a busy week for myself. Been working different jobs all over the place. We broke 2,500 followers too. That was pretty cool. 2,500 followers. Now we're at 2,600. Got like 100 subs in just a few days. We've got good traction, you guys. Now we're at 2,600. Whoops. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I don't think you guys have asked questions yet, have you? Who's in here? Musical mood ring it. Didn't see it in here. Hi. AC tree. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. Yanalise Cruz. Hello. How's it going? You guys all say hi to each other. We're all fam here. I'm going to let's see if I can find me some tunes, some tunage. Lady Ali, what to do? Great, of course. There was 2 people who specifically asked me, like, when are you doing it? When are you doing it? I was hoping they would be here, but I don't think they're gonna be here. One of them sounded like she had a lot to say, but alas, she is not here. Damn, you guys, what up? How's you guys' week's been, by the way? Hopefully you guys' week has been good. Salavi Studio. Good evening, buenos tardes. Lady B, hello, nice to see you. Shard Marie, hello. Feels so proper. Where my dudes at? Do I have any dudes in the room tonight? What's for all the homies at? Not that I don't enjoy the company of you lovely ladies. I really do. I appreciate it. The veil is. I love that you guys call yourselves Veil. That's so fucking cool. You might have to tell me how that story came about. So you guys, I'm gonna do a book giveaway. A book giveaway, candle giveaway, a spagyric giveaway for my lucid dreaming tincture, or my lucid dreaming spagyric. And, So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I'm not sure how I'm gonna set it up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be something like share my YouTube channel or something like that, or tag me, or do something where you tag. You know, people always do the tag, whatever, on Instagram for your chance to win a free Mercedes Benz, some shit like that. I ain't giving you guys Mercedes Benzes, but I will give you candles and shit. So we'll figure out that too. And it's gonna be a good fucking giveaway. I'm probably gonna do all three, the whole set of candles and the spagyric, the pillar, the pyramid, the sphere, and the fucking spagyric. So it's gonna be a healthy ass dose of goodies, and the book. Like whoever's getting this package is getting hooked up fat. So stay tuned for that. I was thinking of doing it when I hit 3,000 subscribers, but that might take a while because we're only at 2,600 right now. That might be another couple of weeks, and I'm not sure if I'm trying to wait that long. So, either way, though, keep that in mind for the next couple of days. Find you aren't into it. Yeah, I need to step up my Facebook game because I don't follow. I have a Facebook profile, but I've found that the most traction, the best social medias for me right now are Instagram and YouTube. So I haven't done too much Facebook, but I need to. Like, it's a massive market, especially with the groups. Facebook groups are pretty solid, so I need to step back into Facebook. But I'm on Facebook under Keith Garcia. So Keith Garcia, Keith with a Y, and I should pop right up. And then find me on Instagram too. My Instagram is Man of Letters Official. Man of Letters Official. So that's my Instagram. But thank you, Shard Marie, for sharing the video on Facebook. I seriously appreciate that because it really helps me a lot. I can see in my analytics when you guys share my videos. I just don't know where it's going and who's sharing it, but I'll get a flood of shares and subscribers and just traction, period. And then I'll know, like, oh, someone shared my video in a usually it's when you share my video in a group, a pretty big group where you guys are really active, it just explodes. So yeah, dope. Thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it because it helps a lot. I know it is the old folks on Facebook, but the old folks hold it down. We're gonna be old folks soon. I'm 30. Which means I'm getting real close to my Gandalf years. I'll be a true wizard in no time. So, we're going to be the old people that are using Instagram, or I don't even know what the fuck's going to be next. Instagram, or I showed YouTube about 15 minutes. A ton of this. Yeah, it's absolutely, Lady Eileen. Anything is better than nothing. Anything is better than nothing. Thank you. Thank you. Salabi Studio, how old do you have to be to become a wizard? I have no idea, but I just feel like I would look a lot more official as a wizard if I had white dreadlocks and a white beard. That would be pretty gangster. Mike, what up, my dude? For all you guys that are just joining right now, we haven't actually gone over anything from the video yet. We've just been bullshitting, being homies. So, if you guys want, by all means, just ask the questions and we'll dive right into it. I've pretty much said all I had to say on trending spirituality. These follow-up lives are mostly so that you guys can get your 2 cents in, because I can tell by comments that people have a lot to say, and it's like, comments are cool, but it's like talking to a fucking wall most of the time. And it's not like I'm gonna respond to you guys with a whole paragraph, because that would take me forever. So yeah, basically the follow-up lives are your guys' opportunities to say everything that you need to say. Like, for example, someone left a comment on one of my videos recently where it said that um, black people shouldn't mix with white people. And I was like, interesting thought. You should come into a live and say that, and we could talk about it. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. It would be good for lives. Not that I would agree with blacks shouldn't mix with whites because then I wouldn't exist. Which would be unfortunate, at least to me. I would be upset if I didn't exist. I don't know how the rest of the world feels, but I would be pretty bummed if I didn't exist. Lady Ali, what kind of downloads you been getting? I just been downloaded hella music, but no Conscious Cosmo downloads. Lovely Locks, what up? What up, Lovely Locks? I should have. If that was an incest joke referring to white people, it was actually a black person that told me black people shouldn't mix with white people. Interestingly enough, the most anti person for the color of their skin that I come across now is actually colored people towards white people. For whatever reason, it's like the tides have churned these past couple years, and colored people are like, fuck white people, like all of them, like just blanket statement on anti-white. But that's just me. I feel like I exist in a very particular part of social medias, and that's the most that I get, especially with some of the content that I go over. It's really funny, the responses I get. It's really funny. But that could be a different topic, or we could just talk about that. I don't know. This is your guys' world right now, not mine. So you, please feel free to guide the conversation. Nancy Tay, Lost in Textlation, read my comment recently about veganism. Was that the one about Native Americans and vegan and eating meat? Is that what you're asking about right now? Yes, that was you. That's a good one. I can read it. I'll read it. I'll go back and read your Tiffany Haley, what up? This is the first time I said boo. AC33, I'm roughly right there with you. 4 to 5 different things. I'm right there with you, about equally of 4 to 5 different races. Like West African, Scandinavian, Native, Mediterranean, specifically Spain, and I guess Mexican, but they kind of figure Mexican as Native plus Spanish, so they don't really say have a bloodline of Mexico. They just say you're Native in Spanish, which is what Mexico basically is, a blend of natives and Spanish. All right, I'm gonna read Nancy's comment because that was a good one, but it's on veganism and whether or not you have to be vegan to be spiritual. Hey, Spooky Bee! Damn, I love spooky and I love bees, so I have a good feeling that I'm gonna like you. I'm from Cali too. I'm from Santa Barbara. I don't know whereabouts you're from. Before I read the comment about veganism that you left me, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think that you have to be vegan to be a spiritual human? That's a really good topic. And then once you guys start answering, I'll read hers and then I'll give you my opinion, which is only an opinion. And then we'll get to it, alright? Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Do I style you? Still looking, y'all. Still looking, still looking. Give me a second, give me a second. How's the audio, by the way? Is the audio good? You guys hear my voice well enough? Here comes the danger. I'm navigating my channel to look for the comment right now. If you guys are wondering what the hell is taking me so long. Ooh, Salavi Studio, you were the one that asked me about if I was going live. I'm glad you made it. Now you can ask your question about or talk about the trending spirituality. Alright, I found the comment. Do I know how to read or see auras? No, I do not. But what's funny is my brother brought up, I don't know, he didn't say specifically that he could, but he brought up that he could see things around people way back in the day when I was maybe 20 and not at all in the world of occult and crazy shit like this. And I didn't think anything of it. I haven't asked him since. And he's not necessarily into this. He's like a successful businessman and he slays, but it's I don't know how to read auras. Queen Birthright, that's kind of, your response is kind of where I'm at. Salavi Studio, your comment, yep. Mike, I just kind of naturally moved towards veganism after the spirit started waking up. Almost totally vegan now. Just eggs and honey. Good shit. Not necessarily, but I heard when people eat meat and daily, their third eye is blocked. Aisha. Welcome, Aisha. Say hello to squad. Everyone say hi, Aisha. I feel like this is a classroom. Everything. Hi, Aisha. Okay, you guys, I'm pretty much there with you. Oh no, where did it go? I'm pretty much there with you guys when it comes to eating meat and spirituality. So we'll backtrack a little bit and talk about spirituality itself, and kind of just set some definitions so we can know what the hell we're talking about first and foremost. For anyone to say that you are more or less spiritual, first and foremost, that's a good point, Lady Ali. I didn't think of it like that. Okay, so hear me out with spirituality. For anyone to say you are more or less spiritual, to me, when I hear that, I think immediately, if it's coming from a guru, I immediately think, all right, this person's just using trigger words because it sounds nice to say you're more spiritual. That's the first thing I think of. So, first of all, spirituality is basically just means that you believe everything comes from spirit. That's all spirituality means, is that there is a source and that everything comes from source. With that definition, we can't be more spiritual than anyone else because we all come from the same place. We are all equal. You know, we're equal. We're different, but we're equal. We all come from the same fucking spot. Now, when it comes to being more spiritual, the best way to visualize it would be to use Star Wars. If you guys are about Star Wars, fucking love Star Wars. Think of the dark side and the light side. Blue Raven, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, when it comes to, oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the light and dark side of Star Wars. Think of Yoda. Yoda is a good guy. And then think of Darth Vader. Darth Vader is a bad guy. Um, a lot of the conversation over meat and plants is like somehow by having a higher vibration in eating plants, you're somewhat of a better person, or your spiritual practices are stronger, or you're better at manifesting. Um, that's not necessarily accurate, and the reason why I like using Star Wars is I say, okay, well, Yoda's a good guy, more spiritual. Yoda's a bad guy, less spiritual. But they're both extremely powerful. Right? Darth Vader just kills people left and right. He's a dickhead, right? Yoda saves lives and he takes care of children and he's a little green dude and he does gymnastics and shit. He's a G. Um, but they're both equally matched. So power, the ability to tap into your subconscious, or the ability to perform certain rituals, or the ability to manifest certain things, has nothing to do with whether you're a good or a bad person, strictly on how you're able to control yourself and the world around you, which has nothing to do with being a good person, which is what people talk about when they say, oh, I'm more spiritual because I eat plants and I'm better at doing my things. Um, with that being said, I do believe that plants have a higher frequency. Is that right to say? Okay, we'll drop that. Plants are closer to source, right? So planet Earth. Planet Earth gets its energy from the sun. The sun provides energy for the ocean currents to move around the planet. Ocean currents provide weather. Weather provides rain, which grows plants. Plants in turn use the sunlight as energy to form carbon molecules. So plants take the energy from the sun and convert it into energy for you and I to eat. And if you and I don't eat the plants, then the plants make food for animals to eat, and then we eat the animals. So we are getting our energy from the sun one way or another, at least in part. Now, when you eat a plant, it's like cutting out the middleman. You're going straight to the source. Um, that's why I feel like plants have more energy in them, more vitality in them. It's not because it's you have more brownie points for eating plants, more so that you're just again cutting out the middleman. Not only that, but when you kill an animal, um, and it's dead, right? As soon as an animal dies and the meat is no longer receiving blood from the heart, it's no longer getting oxygen, it starts to die. Um, it starts to fester. Bugs start to eat it. Flies start to lay eggs in it. The minerals and enzymes that are in the plant start to get broken down by these bacteria and shit. So unless you're eating meat right off the body of the animal, you're I don't know what the stats are, but you're gonna lose minerals, you're gonna lose water content, you're gonna lose all the healthy hormones and different chemical compounds that are good for you. Whereas a plant, as long as a plant is green, it's still producing sugar. So I can cut a branch off of a tree and it will still be photosynthesizing. Even though it's cut off from the tree, it will still be taking in carbon dioxide. It will still be splitting that carbon dioxide with sunlight, making more carbon molecules and storing them and producing all the enzymes that plants produce that make us healthy. So, if you eat a radish, for example, it's still alive. Like you could take the radish from the farmer's market, put it in the ground, and grow again. It hasn't died yet. So that's what I mean by plants having a higher vibrational frequencies, because they're alive when you eat them, whereas animals in some cases have been dead for weeks, and if it's frozen, have been dead for months. If it's frozen, some of the nutrition is still intact, but still, we were talking months from the moment that animals died, compared to eating a plant while it's still alive. So that's the long-winded version of that. Um, not, I could beat a dead horse. Dead horse. Vegans wouldn't like that. Um, Damn, there's something else I was gonna say about that. Um, there's actually a whole bunch of stuff. To be honest with you guys, I feel like humans should be eating plants and not animals, with everything that I just said. But again, this isn't coming from an ethics point of view or like trying to save the world point of view. I'm just talking strictly. You look at a plant eating animal, its intestines, its palate, the taste receptors on its mouth, the shape of the face, the shape of the eyes, the shape of the teeth, the bacteria that are in its gut. Humans are designed like animals that eat plants, plain and simple. That's a scientific fact. Um, so health wise, it makes more sense that we should be eating plants. I eat animals more than I eat plants, right? But again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm some kind of fucking saints. I don't want to mislead you guys on how I roll. So just wanted to get that out of the way. But no, I don't think so. Like natives, when they killed something, they said blessings over it. They used every part of it. They literally worshipped the animals that they ate, because without those animals, they wouldn't be alive. So we know what the tests, Dr. Emoto, you guys know Dr. Emoto, right? He was the guy who froze the water, and he would attach something that said love on the water. And then he would freeze the water, and it would have beautiful geometric shapes. And then he would put hate, and it would have no shape. It would be chaos, disorder. And then he would put joy, and it would have a different kind of beautiful shape. Um, so what Dr. Emoto got out of that was, okay, our minds have the ability to program water molecules by whether we have positive or negative thoughts. So those vibrations affect the water molecules. Um, so I believe that what was happening with the natives is that they were literally charging up the things they were eating. They were saying prayers over them. They were saying thanks over them. They were literally worshiping those things by making paintings of them, by wearing their skins, by naming their children after some of these animals. The culture behind eating animals with natives and the way we eat them is fucking night and day. I mean, we hang a cow by its feet alive, 100 cows deep, but then slit its throat. So the energy stored in that animal, we can talk about energies being stored in animals as they're killed, right? We can say, oh, it's bad juju, the cow was scared, and now you're going to be scared because you're eating the cow. That's like the hippie way of saying it. And then you could say the scientific way of saying it is almost the same fucking thing. They release hormones into their bloodstream when they get scared, like adrenaline, for example, and epinephrine, and that spoils the meat. And it's actually really bad for humans to eat animals when they've had that much adrenaline, because it's almost a poison. It's a neurotoxin. Um, so again, the way we eat meat, I believe, will lower our vibration. Not that it makes us good or bad people, but it will have an impact on our bodies. So every case is different when it comes to eating meat and being spiritual. How are you going about it? Is it respectful? Are you killing the planet in the process of doing it? There's a lot of variables. It's not just you eat meat, you're a bad person, or I eat plants, I'm the best person in the world, because there's a lot of shitty lifeless plants that people out there eat, and they're dying from that just as much. All right, I'm done. I'm done with the plants and fucking done with the plants. Carrying on, I'm gonna read you guys' comments because there's like 20 right now. Um, reading. May the source be with you. um, Oh shit, Crystal Prez. I didn't know you were in here. What it do? Um, Solavi Studio. Plants are more easily digestible than meat is. Yeah, absolutely. Fucking plants are more easily digested than meat. Um, your colon is 5-6 times the length of the average. Well, you guys might know this because usually this world knows this. They do all the research on the foods. But the reason why humans, when they take doo-doos, it smells so bad, and it is just so unnatural, is because meat festers. Meat festers real bad. It turns rancid very easily. So it turns rancid in your gut. And the smell that you're smelling isn't from the doo-doo. The smell that you're smelling is coming from bacteria. There's two different kinds of bacteria, anaerobic and aerobic. If you guys remember your science classes, you'll remember this. Aerobic means bacteria that operate when there's oxygen around, like aerobic exercises, oxygenate your blood. Anaerobic is bacteria that undergo life where there's no oxygen. There's no oxygen in your colon. It's an anaerobic environment. So the bacteria living in your colon produce sulfur compounds. Whenever you're smelling shit like in sewers, like in doo-doo, you leave a jar sealed with food in it and you open it, it smells like shit. What you're smelling is bacteria poop, which is sulfuric compounds. And as you know, sulfur smells like shit, literally. So the reason why human doo-doo smells so bad is because we eat so much meat, and that meat sits in our intestines way fucking longer than it should. So when a dog eats meat, for example, it will poop out that same meal within hours. It goes through the intestines almost immediately. Whereas ours, it sits in there forever. And the reason why is because, again, humans are designed for plant material. Plant material takes a little longer to break down because it has very thick cell walls. It's just part of plants. That's why cows have 3 stomachs, for example, because plant material is not easy to break down. So yeah, that's what's going on with the doo-doo. So when you feel better eating plants, it's partly because your body was designed for plants, not for meat. So again, be careful with the meat. Try, like 10% of your diet should be coming from meat. I'm not a nutritionalist by any means. I can't give you guys fucking diet advice, but I can let you know that a 10-minute Google search will show you that the human body, in fact, is designed more so to be eating plants than to be eating meats. Plants are alive. Yes, fucking plants are alive. Everything is alive to one degree or another. Morphogenics, that sounds familiar, Lady Ali, but I don't know what that is. I'm gonna Google it real quick. The developmental biology of the early 20th century for a group of cells able to respond to discrete, localized biochemical specific morphology. Damn, that's cool. All right, we're gonna read more of these comments. Meat is dead flesh. Absolutely, meat is dead flesh. Peach soda, if you mentally believe it was good for you, all is mental. Nancy Tay, I believe I struggle with that, Nancy. So Nancy Tay says if you could survive on nothing but peach soda if you mentally believed it was good for you. I go back and forth with that because I'm there with you. I believe that too, but I'm not sure to what degree we have control over these things when we're in this reality. You know, when we're in the physical reality, because as above, so below, as within, as without. The internal world can structure the external world, but I believe that the external world can also structure the internal world. So, while on one hand, I do believe what you're getting at is basically the placebo effect. But there, maybe when you guys can fact check this for me, I don't really have time to look up the search, but there was a search, I believe it was, or a test that was done in Japan where they rubbed poison oak on people's arms, Um, the joke was on them though. They didn't actually rub poison oak on people's arms. They rubbed regular leaves on people's arms, and half of the people broke out in hives just believing that it was poison oak. So that's what Nancy Tay, I believe you're getting at, is that the power of the mind can control how we respond to certain things. And that's, again, that's proven by the placebo effect and by the nocebo effect, which is the opposite. That being said, who's stronger? Like, is your mind strong enough to override a million years of evolution? And the answer for some people is yes. I believe they do have the mental capacity to override millions of years of evolution and still be healthy despite a shitty diet. But it's a very difficult path to go. Because as you know, the mind is fickle, and the subconscious mind is very hard to program with unless you're a fucking monk that sits on a mountaintop for 10 years at a time. Or you're just born with phenomenal genetics and a phenomenal character makeup. But for the average human, we can't drink peach soda and be perfectly healthy. Despite all the books we read, despite all the fucking YouTube channels we follow, despite all the churches we go to, we can't override, the fact that if you drink Drano, you'll die. I would say 99 out of 100 people would die if they drank Drano, for example. So yeah, if you're gonna go the route of it's all mental and mind has ultimate power, yes, you're right. It does have absolute power, and it is all mental. But you have to be a fucking god of the mental realm to be able to, override poison. Basically, is what I'm getting at. Flowers that you put in your vase with water, Blue Raven. You probably asked that question 20 minutes ago. But yeah, those are live. Haven't you ever been to gotten flowers that were still closed and you put them in your vase and they bloomed after you put them in the vase? They're pretty much dead when they're dead, as far as plants go. Reading you guys the stuff. Son of Earth and Sky Blessings. Moon charged rose quartz in conjunction with coconut oil. Spooky Bee. Mike 333. I did not know that if you burned animal fats. You just out there burning animal fats, dog? What are you up to? So they're talking about plants. I see what you're saying. My bad. I'm thinking out loud with you guys here. What? Xavier Powell, I'm glad I could help. Glad I could help simplify shit. It's like I feel like all I do is try to simplify things. It's like that's like my role on this planet is to just try to take really complex ideas and simplify the hell out of them. And I don't just do it with spiritual stuff too. I teach music and I teach. I'm a baseball. Well, I haven't taught baseball in a while, but I'm a baseball coach. Anything, fucking anything. Nancy Tay, if I say, you don't have to believe anything I say, Nancy. By all means, this is, of course, I can only, like, we're talking about the subtle, we're talking about things that sometimes can't be defined. So, of course, take what I say with a grain of salt. You don't have to believe everything I say, or anything I say for that matter. I just get curious about shit. And I try to take what I see in nature and use those as examples for me. Like that's what the law of correspondence is all about. The as above, so below. It isn't just about the heavens and the earth. It's about everything corresponding to everything else, which is why 9 times out of 10, when you ask me a question, I compare it to something in nature, because nature has everything fucking dialed in, everything dialed in. So, oh, I don't know the answer to that, but where can I find something similar to that? Okay, well, let's go to the animal world, or let's go to the plant world, or let's go to fucking um, physics. You know, like I'm always trying to find corresponding details. But yes, we are all God, by all means. But there's different levels of God. There's an infinite amount of, like, the Emerald Tablets, for example. In one of the passages, Thoth says that he's been to planets where people are still like animals, and he's been to planets where they would be like gods to us, but our destiny is to one day be gods to even those people who seem like gods to us now. We would be like gods to them, and that's where we're destined to end up. So yes, we're gods, but there's different levels of gods, you know, and there's just this. We need to be able to help ourselves out along the way, you know, like I could run a marathon. Any of us in this room could run a marathon if we wanted to, but we couldn't just run it tomorrow. We'd have to train ourselves to get to that level. Same thing with being a god. We can't just be a, or some of us can, but it's gonna take work. We gotta work through shit. We gotta learn. We gotta fuck up, and then we gotta learn from those fuck ups, and then we grow and hope we don't fuck up again. I don't know, but yes, we're all gods. You guys, don't forget that we are absolutely all gods. And it is all mental. It does all originate from mind, 100%. Mm, what do I think about shamanism and Vedic astrology? Oh shit. Um, I don't follow Vedic astrology. That shit is. I'm not even good with regular astrology. Um, Astrology is deep, man. Vedic astrology, especially. I follow some people on YouTube that do the Vedic thing. Um, there's truth in all of it. If you want to know what I think about it, I don't know anything about it, but there's truth in all of it. Like, there's truth in all of this shit. Everyone has their own technique of tapping into the other side, and reading the stars and reading the body. Um, is there anyone in here who studies Vedic astrology? I feel like someone might be into Vedics here. Um, it's got some weird shit going on over here. Magical night, isn't it? Um, Spooky B, you want to do my chart? You can absolutely do my chart. So, sun sign is Aries, rising sign is Aquarius, and my moon is Pisces. My natal, I'm not sure if I'm trying to put my natal on blast for everyone in this room. Is that weird? Can you get stalked or like have your identity stolen by putting your natal chart information up? I know, Lady Ali, I'm right there with you. I like astrology a lot. I think it's fascinating, and I have one homegirl of mine in particular is a champion of astrology, and I get her to do my readings and stuff whenever I can. But it's hard for me to keep up with because it's deep. People do that shit for decades and are still learning things. We read your soul. You guys want to read my soul? right, here's my soul. Born at 3 in the morning. Born in Ventura, California. April 13th, 1988. There you go. Have at it. Actually, my birthday and city are both public, and they're on my Facebook. So fuck it. Like it doesn't. It's not that big of a deal. um. Hmm. But though, yeah, the sun, moon, and stars, the sun, moon, and rising are the only ones I know off the top of my head. As far as what's in what house and that, I don't know. I don't know any of that stuff. Do I do shadow? Do I do shadow work on myself? On myself, I do. I don't do shadow work on other people. I haven't done shadow work on myself though. Um, heavily in probably about a year. I would say from about 27 or 20, like 20s, like my late 20s, 25 to 29 ish, but really like 27, 28, 29. I was big on the shadow work. Oh. And did you get all that info for the natal chart, by the way? Hit me with that natal chart and tell me what I have to do to make my first $1 million. That's all I'm trying to know at this point. Getting to know your darker half. Curious why you wanted to know about my shadow work, by the way. Oh, the artist? Oh, I know, it's funny. It's called, the mix is called Magical Night, isn't it? And it's by, the YouTube channel is Dreamy, but it's a compilation of artists, and it's about an hour long. It is an hour long, so just type it in. Type in Magical Night, isn't it? And it should pop up. For it's lo-fi hip-hop. If you guys aren't on lo-fi hip-hop black, you should be, because it's phenomenal. It's really chill instrumental hip-hop beats, but they're really melodic, as you can tell, and have like a jazzy twist to them usually. All right, I don't know where my Saturn is. Who just did my chart for me? Where's my Saturn at? Where's my Saturn at? Hit me with the Eastern chart then. I'm down for that. I'm aiming for 9 o'clock for this to finish, which will put me right at about an hour. Because I really wanted to watch Netflix and chill because I'm tired as fuck. It's been a long day. So unless you guys have some banger questions, or one of you guys is going to read the fuck out of my chart, we got about 20 minutes. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Sorry, I don't mean to ignore you guys. I'm like trying to get my candles back on there. We're fucking up. Oh, my time of day is, I can't remember exactly, but it was like 3 in the morning. Like, I think my grandma actually texted me a picture of it. It was like 3:09 or 3:10. But I swear to God, I had a dream where I saw myself being born, and I looked over at the clock, which happened to be on an oven for some reason, and it said 2:58 in the morning. So either 2:58 if I'm going off of my dreams, or like 3:09 in the morning, depending, like something like that. So right around that like 15-minute gap, unless it has to be more precise than that. Many blessings, Lady Ali. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. There are better people to go to for shadow work. Um, I wouldn't call myself an expert on shadow work. I like it a lot, and I did a lot of it for myself. Um, but I've never actually taught shadow work. But if you want to ask questions, feel free. But just know that that's definitely not my forte. I would like it to be, though, because I do like the darkness. But mostly as it pertains to myself specifically. Yeah. Spooky bee, it's so funny. Saturn is Sag in the 12th house Eastern. Bum. I'm about to take the dream blend, y'all. I'm not sure. I'm finally I don't think any of you guys have ordered the spagyric for the lucid dreaming. It's tough. It's tough. I'm getting used to it though. It's beginning to become a little more comforting. Can you see it? Man of letters. What up? Whew. You're supposed to take it like an hour before bed and then right before bed. But I usually do. It's pretty strong, so I usually only do one right before bed. Ooh, Salavi Studio, did you give her an answer? Have her, the best way for her to remember dreams, if you haven't looked this up already, the best absolute way to remember your dreams, and it's free, is to just write them down in the morning. Even if you only remember 10 seconds or one thing, just write it down. And if you can't remember things when you wake up, set your alarm clock for about 4 hours after you fall asleep. Your alarm clock will wake you up in the middle of a dream, most likely, and then write it down, and then go back to sleep. After about 2 or 3 days, guaranteed you'll be remembering dreams almost nightly. A Gemini moon? You got April 13th, 1988, Ventura, California. With a Gemini moon? That doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure I'm a Pisces moon. If I'm not, holy hopscotch, Batman. I'm shocked right now if I'm actually a Gemini moon, because that's going to turn my whole world upside down. Ventura, California. What? I'm looking up looking at my natal chart right now. Man, 13th of April birthplace, Ventura. Not 1986, you spook. 88, You're the Dragon, what it do? Yeah, not 86. Mercury retrograde. You wanna know how Mercury retrograde fucked me up? I ordered 55 pounds of beeswax and it didn't come through. It came and it smelled like plastic, so I can't do anything with it. It's like $400, not down the drain, but $400 it's just sitting in limbo as I fall behind on orders. That's Mercury retrograde for you. Aisha, it's Aisha, right? Yeah, start keeping a dream journal if you want to increase your dreams. And then the next biggest thing I would say is probably get yourself some kind of supplement. If you want to do it on the cheap side, you could like mugwort is good for dreams. Like melatonin and shit, but I wouldn't fuck with that because you can get addicted to melatonin. I have my dream blend, but it's next level. It's a combination of 2 plants and a crazy alchemical thing. But that's like if you're trying to get serious about dreams and not just recall a couple of dreams here and there. Saffron, hello, how's it going, Saffron? Did you guys have any questions in general for me, period? Because we have about 10-15 minutes before I get off, so I wanted to make sure that I had all you guys' for anything, whether it be for the candles, whether it be for videos coming out, whether it be for suggestions or anything like that. Just anything you wanted to say to me, period. Crystal Perez, yeah, absolutely. That's one of the reasons. I can't fucking talk today. One of the reasons why I don't burn so much ganja anymore is because I love dreaming, and to me, it really does affect my dreams. I don't know why. Maybe it's the dream cycle that Joe Rogan talks about, but I notice when I smoke weed, I don't dream as much. To be fair, when you get really high, it feels like you're in a dream anyways. So maybe that's the compensation. Weed turns your waking life into a dream. Whoa. But yeah, if but to combat that, I've noticed that if I drink alcohol before bed, I'll remember and have a lot of dreams too. Really weird. I'm not sure why, and I don't know if that happens with anyone else, but for me, it most certainly, if I drink before bed, I remember a lot more dreams. Not like get hammered, but have a beer or a glass of wine or something. You want those cinnamon roll candles? um, it's so. This is the dream blend. It's two plants. One is mugwort, and the other one is called Mexican dream herb, also known as Calea zacatachichi, and it kind of tastes like ass, but what can you do? It fucking works. I made this to work, not to taste good, but it's on my Etsy shop. I've had it up for a while. I haven't sold many. I think people just candles are easier to sell because they're candles. They're cool. Everyone knows what they do. But as far as a spagyric, it's just I just have to explain how it works and stuff. But in a nutshell, sorry you guys if I've told this story 1,000 times, but for those of you in here who don't know what spagyrics is, which is this, I know it is a little more pricey, but it like costed a fortune to make. Um, so if I have to wait, I'm okay with waiting. I mean, I'll give out a few here and there, but I mean, the process to make this shit's no joke. So the dream blends that are online that cost like $20, which is half of what I'm charging, is just crushed up herbs and they put it in oil and they like, for example, for check this out, you guys. You guys can be like my round table and we can collab on ideas here. So, Anima Mundi Dream. Bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Um, Mundi Dream Kit. So, ooh, Gold Star, Gold Star. Gold Star, are you the homie from my Instagram that I've been following for like 2, 3 years and I haven't actually met you? That's definitely you. I can see your icon. That's hella funny that you're here. Nice to see you, man. There's like 5 or 6 people in here that just joined. You guys say hello to everyone. Everyone say hello to the new squad that just came in. Make them feel at home and comfy. AC 333. We'll get you your chubby candles. I'll get you your chubby candles. So check this out. You see so click the link that I just sent. Click the link. Click the fucking link that I just put up in the comment section. This is the Lucid Dreaming Kit from Anima Mundi. It's like the biggest thing on the market right now as far as dreams go. It's been around for a few years. People like it. They get good reviews. But it costs $80. Costs $80. You get fucking a bag of tea, which really costs like $5. You could get that much tea for $5. You don't have to pay $80 for it. They have Palo Santo essential oil, which looks like a half ounce. That's probably like $7. And then sticks of Palo Santo herb, which cost probably $1.50. I know because I've looked all this shit up. And so really what you're paying for in this dream kit that I'm looking here, if you guys have pulled it up so you can see what I'm talking about, the pricing for the Lucid Dream stuff, you're basically paying $80 for these 2 dream things. And what's inside of them, I looked it up. All it is a mixture of herbs in oil and sugar. There's really nothing, it's not nothing special, and they're charging $80 for it. This spagyric, I'll put my Etsy in there. Someone just asked me about it. So that's the Etsy. So what that is, it's just a blend of herbs sitting in oil. What spagyric is an actual alchemical term. It's not it's you take a plant, you separate the mineral salts, which are the minerals that make up the plant, and you separate the essential oils, and you separate the alcohol, or you let the plant ferment so you get the alcohol. You basically isolate the 3 different parts of a plant, and then you recombine them with just those 3 isolated parts. So what you get is a bottle which has concentrated, so this is mugwort and Mexican dream herb. Mexican dream herb costs a fortune, by the way. It's not cheap. Mugwort's cheap. Mexican dream herb's not. You strip them down into the 3 parts. The mind, body, spirit is what the point is for alchemy. You separate it into the mind, body, and soul, put it back together, so it's a super concentrated form of the plant. That's why it's so expensive. It's $42. Plus I have to ship the shit to you, but that's including shipping, so really shipping is like $4. So that's 30 $7 plus Etsy takes its cut of a couple bucks. That's like 34 plus I had to pay for this shit to get it made, and bottled and designed. Like it's I wanted a really fucking good product. I didn't want to put something out there that was like everything else. I didn't want a simple blend of herbs with fucking sugar in there. Like I said, I designed this to work, not to just look cool and taste good and like passively do shit. So yeah, it is a little more pricey, but for a reason. You know, it's no joke. Like, look, Google Spag. I'll type it in for you guys. Spagyrics. In your spare time, go on YouTube, look up Spagyric. Google Spagyric. I think I've done a video on it, but I'm not a master Spagyric. But seriously, do some research on this, because not many people know what Spagyrics is. But if you want to call yourself, you know, alchemist or fucking into the occult, like this is, it doesn't get more alchemical than what I'm holding right here. So yeah, that's the difference between just, you know, buying a tonic or a mixture of herbs, you know, or a bag of tea and paying $80 or some shit like that. But ooh, and the chubby candles are downstairs. Hold on, I'll grab them right now. Give me 1 second. Yow. We're still live, my bad. I stepped out for a second. Gold Star, I don't know if this will help with your crazy dreams. They might just be crazier on the lucid dreaming tonic. I'm not sure if they, or they might. I don't know. It might. Like, I would give it a shot. I have crazy dreams too, and I still take the shit. Tim Hawkins, does going to sleep high have any effect on these magic dreams? I don't know exactly what you mean by these magic dreams, but I do know that going high has been proven to mess up your sleep pattern and make it so that you can't remember your dreams. And from personal experience, it diminishes my dreaming, so I try not to smoke at least before bed. But if I'm with the homies, you know what I mean, it's a different story. But if I'm trying to work on something, all right. Lady B, you ordered candles. What's your real name? Because I just sent out a bunch. So here's the AC33. Here's your candles. Yeah, what up? So to give you guys an idea, I know they do look like you can eat them, huh? It's beeswax. You probably could. I've eaten beeswax before. And essential oil. Yeah, they're roses. Yeah, because you guys, I had at least 2 people asking me for tea lights. And they're not tea lights, they're actually huge. So here's one of the pyramids. Damn it. So I'm trying to give you guys an idea of how big these are. The pyramids weigh 9.5 ounces, and 4 of these candles weighs 8.9 ounces. So it's about half an ounce less of wax. So it's a ton of wax still. This is the stack of 4, and then this is the pyramid. That's 5, not 4. This is 4. So this is 4, and this is the pyramid. So you can see they're about the same size as the pyramid. Pyramids are 9.5 ounces. 4 of these is 8.9 ounces of wax. And I'll be doing them in 4. I'm guessing 4 packs. It wouldn't make sense to sell one. You would be paying just as much in shipping as for the fucking candle itself. Are they votive size? I don't think so, because they're not. The molds aren't even for candles. They're for muffins, and I just converted them in. I poked a hole in the bottom of the muffin, and just poured wax inside of it, and they came out super dope. And they burned for probably, I don't know. I was trying to test it out last night, and I fell asleep. But it was still burning when I woke up, so they burned for at least, I don't know, 4 hours or so. They're probably really good for the bathtub. I wouldn't burn these like for light. I would use the candles, or the spheres are pretty dope. The spheres burn for a while. Also the pillars burn really good for light. But these are probably good for like dinner, having a dinner with the homies, or trying to get all sensual and shit, or taking a shower or a bath is probably what these are good for. Yeah, I made all these here candles are mine. They're 100% beeswax, and I mixed them with organic essential oil of cedar and lavender. Pure essential oil, not that diluted fragrance shit. But yeah, I make everything here. So wooden coaster candle holders for the pyramid. What? We should start a little business, AC33. Make a whole bunch of those, and I can sell them for you when I sell the pyramids. Spooky Bee, great chatting with you. Take it easy. Happy dreaming and happy living. I swear, whenever I take the fucking dream herb, I get loopy. Not loopy, but like not high either. But something. I definitely get some kind of way when I take the dream elixir. It's not that I'm passionate about these candles. I just love making shit. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm gonna. I asked my folks for a big distiller for making my own essential oils, which I'm gonna be just as stoked on when that gets here, because I'm gonna be harvesting my own plant material and making my own essential oils. And I'll be just as stoked as the candles. I just love making shit. Growing things. I have logs on the patio where I grow glow-in-the-dark mushrooms. They literally glow in the dark. I just like making shit. Like, this doesn't matter what. And I love candles too. Like, who doesn't like candles? I feel really official, and like my room. It feels like a cathedral. You have your tunes and your candles and whatever you're studying at the time. Like a glass of wine. Like this is it right here. This is it. It doesn't get much. If I was a millionaire, when I am a millionaire, I'm not gonna be doing much more than this. Burning candles, listening to dope tunes, just vibing. So yeah, I get stoked on the candles because you guys get stoked on the candles. It's fun to make them. I make money off of them. It's another way to just fucking keep doing what I love doing, and enjoy myself in life, and I share it with you guys, so I get stoked on shit like that. Lady B, back to the point of this video. It's deaths, but a lot of us moved on to the new age thinking. Feel like spirituality is like putting yourself in an ocean and trying to figure out its depths. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Lady B. I agree. That's a good one. I like that. And Junior Gang. Welcome, Junior. Candlelight bedtime stories were the best. What do you mean they're too big for that? The candles aren't too big for candlelight stories. We're still good. What the hell happened over here? Have I ever astral projected? No, I came real close one time and I got scared. I got the body vibrations and I felt like there was a giant magnet over my body, and like the magnet was pulling invisible metal wires, and my heart started racing and my ears started humming super loud, and I like panicked and I kind of took myself out of it. But and my practices haven't been as strong since then to do it, so I probably wouldn't even stand a chance if I tried to astral project right now. Lady B, a fucking men to that. Yes, millionaires are on a different frequency. You guys, you think I'm doing cool shit with these candles? You just fucking wait. You just wait. I'm gonna be doing the fucking coolest things ever. My ultimate goal is to be some type of I might not share that with you guys because I have a thing about sharing my dreams with people. But just know that it's gonna be huge, and it's just gonna be the coolest things you guys have ever seen. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Time. This is the candles. Baby steps. Baby steps, you guys. All baby steps. Junior, yes, I've had a substantial Kundalini awakening. Yeah, absolutely. It was like an orgasmic type. Like I basically meditated my way into an orgasm, and it was the fucking craziest thing I've ever experienced. And I felt like I was on drugs the entire week after that. The colors were more crisp and conversations were on point. I was euphoric and my ideas were flawless and could play music flawlessly and write music. It was the most incredible thing. Yeah, I had my Kundalini rising, awakening, whatever you want to call it, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Damn, have you guys gotta watch? I did a video on it. Whoa. I think I have 10, whatever you call it. I get crazy ringings in my ear. Like that one was sharp and it almost hurt. I have a video on my Kundalini awakening, you guys, if you want to see it. I could give you the short version here. It's on my channel somewhere. Short version is I was studying Kundalini meditation. I was doing the NoFap for a while because that's part of building the sexual energy, which converts to Kundalini. For those of you that don't know, Kundalini is the same thing as energy or chi or the force in Star Wars. It's all the same shit. So I was doing the practices for Kundalini. I was doing specific meditations like the Twin Heart meditation and then other Kundalini meditations. And then one night I was in my bed I wasn't even meditating. I was just laying in bed listening to Alan Watts vibing out hard. I had actually smoked a little bit of weed, a little bit though, not much. Like I don't even think I was high. Um, and I started feeling like I was gonna have an orgasm. It was the strangest thing. And so I was like, what? I was like, well, that's weird. I kept focusing on the sensation. I kept breathing into it. The sensation grew. After about half an hour, I had a full on orgasm, like a head to toe, full body. I've never experienced anything like that. I would imagine that's what it's like for a woman to have an orgasm. Um, it lasted for maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and it only stopped because I stopped it because I was like, not freaking out, but just like when you're in a dream, you get excited, you wake up. It was kind of the same thing. And I thought, holy shit, Keith, that was crazy. Let's see if we can do it again. Within about 5 minutes, I was there again, lasted about a minute. Got done and was like, holy shit, Keith, if you can do it 3 times, you're onto something. 2 times, maybe it was a fluke. 3 times, you're onto something. So I meditated within like 10, 15 seconds, right back there, full body. Felt like someone plugged my body into a car battery, like just electricity, just like shaking, like straight fucking shaking. Um, and I was able to hold it. Lasted as long as I wanted it to, and I was able to hold it for, I don't know, at least a minute, at least a couple of minutes. Um, and I was just, it was nothing came out though, right? Like nothing actually. It felt like shit came out, but nothing actually came out. It was just a sensation of the orgasm. Um, and I mean, I looked it up, like trying to figure out what was going on. There's some scientific things that talk about that happening, but I had been practicing for the Kundalini at the time, and what the research I did says that that was most likely Kundalini awakening. The day after that, like I said, and the week after that, I was just, I felt like I was on the purest, nicest caffeine high ever. Um, it was like euphoric and crisp and on point, and I was up early at the crack of dawn without the need for alarm clocks. I had energy all day. It was fucking phenomenal. Um, so yes, I've had a Kundalini rising awakening. Um, yeah, I know it sounds funny. You guys are all laughing and shit. You're talking shit, fucking poking jokes, but it happened, and it was crazy. Um, and I can pretty much instigate that not at will because I haven't been practicing with it lately, so it might take me a little while longer. But I can tap into that state almost at will. But I can control it to where it's not in like an orgasmic state. It's more I can kind of tap into it for music, for speaking, for dancing, with almost anything. Almost anything. Do it right now, Latham? No, actually, I mean, I am more or less doing it right now. The the best way I can describe that state is flow. You know, people talk about getting into the flow state. That's the best way I can describe it, and it's like to instigate that, like that. What happened in that moment was I concentrated on breathing and almost letting something happen instead of trying to force it. I was like, okay, I know what it feels like to have an orgasm, so I'll focus on that feeling at that specific part in the body, and then I'll get out of the way and just get a rhythm, a breathing rhythm down. So I use that same tactic where I focus on something, focus on the feeling of something, and then I get out of the way and I let it happen. And it seems to be working. Like I said, I do it when I make YouTube videos. I'll like get into that place, or when I speak, when I play music, when I play shows, when I anything. Like I can do it. Like you can use it for anything, right? You use flow for almost everything. Um, oh, there's so much stuff on here. Oh, your kids are too big for bedtime stories. Man, people are never too big for bedtime stories. Maybe when they're like teenagers, they're too big, but as soon as people hit about 25, they'll be down for bedtime stories again. Hello, E. Lucivon Listel. Nice to see you here. Ooh. AC333. I can't remember your real name. You're gonna have to tell me right now, so I'm not just calling you AC. Because I think of air conditioner, and I don't think that's what we're going for. Alicia. Nice, Alicia. Alright, cool. Aisha, there's a whole bunch of stuff on astral projection on how to do it. Just Google that shit. I could go into it right now, but I'm getting tired. Alicia, I'm curious about that though, Alicia. That's what you did for childbirth. That's pretty amazing. That's really amazing, actually. Have I watched Joe Dispenza? No, I have not. I'm gonna look our finger now. Hold on. Hmm. All right. The rope technique actually works a lot for practicing. That's what I did. I imagined that I was pulling myself out of my head by a rope, like a little mini Keith was climbing out of real Keith's head on a rope. Um, you know what's actually a good one too? Apparently, I haven't done it yet, but astral traveling is much easier from a lucid dream. So that's what first got me into lucid dreaming. Is that I was trying to astral project and I was having trouble with it, and learned that astral projecting from the dream state is a lot easier because you're already halfway there. So I started learning how to lucid dream. It's easier for me to lucid dream than to astral project. So if you're good with your dreams, then that would be another way to astral project. Is once you realize you're dreaming, stay calm, and pull yourself out of your head on a rope. Rollout method is good. Roll out. America. Yes, I do live in America. And I don't know what a spinal sweep is, but I'll probably know to answer your question. No, no, no. I'm not sleeping right now when I get off. I'm just trying to chill and watch Netflix. I've been up early though. I was up late last night. I was up late the night before, and I worked all day today. And the night before last, I was up making candles for days to backfill orders. Um, that's it. But if you guys want me to kick it longer, ooh, I live in California, Maine. That's cool, Alicia, and good to know. And good to know. I'll keep that in mind. Ooh, New Orleans. I would love to go to New Orleans. I enjoy. There's a dude commenting on my videos. Is there a Julian Terrell in this room? Because he's commenting on my videos right now. Good things. But this dude's jacked out of his mind. Ladies, if you're looking for someone, this dude's just ripped. I'm like, who is this guy? Ooh, I went to school in San Francisco State. Nice. I get jealous. For sure get jealous. I used to be a lot more jealous. How do I tame jealousy? Actually, you know what I've done? A good way to look at it is, I don't know if this is a good way to look at it, but it's helped with me. Is to just picture your lover as like it's kind of hard to explain. Um, you don't own anyone, and no one owns you. So if you're with someone with a lover, you guys are both willingly giving your time and your energy and your space and your love to this person, right? So what I kind of do is I just look at that as an appreciation. I'm like, thank you for your love. Thank you for being who you are, and thank you for giving yourself to me for this time. Um, because emotions are fickle and people come and go. So if we just accept that people can leave at any point, but they don't, then you can be thankful for that. And that might seem like kind of a weird way to go about it, but for me it makes sense, and so I can roll with it. Um, you might have to do something that makes more sense for you, or if that makes sense, you could do that. But as far as jealousy, I still get jealous, you know. I don't show it as much as most people do. But that's my saving grace with jealousy is I don't own that person. So, and I don't want to be owned either. I don't want to be dictated. I don't want people to tell me who I can hang out with, what I can do. So it's kind of reciprocated, you know. Um, that's in an ideal world, though. Of course, I get jealous and shit. Do some self care. Yeah, Salavi Studio. Well said. Well said. Um, why is this thing just playing over and over again? This is that shit. Hear this music right here? This is dark room, candles, like jazzy horn, chill melodies. You know what I mean? On that note, I'm gonna call it a wrap. It's called Jazz Hop. If you guys want to look up music like this, just type in Jazz Hop. JAZZHOP. Like hip hop with jazz. Jazz Hop. There's millions of songs like this. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. Have I met an archangel? Not knowingly. Or maybe I'm the archangel. Yeah, my bad. I keep reading. I'm like leaving you guys hanging over here. Um, ooh, Lady B on a bow. That is not music. I didn't see all this. Okay, I'll be back on. We can fucking chat and do all this stuff. I have so much fun hanging out with you guys and just shooting the shits. It's my fave. So thank you. I think that's all I have to say. Maybe this weekend we can do some live music and maybe some live poetry, or not poetry reading, but some of those bedtime stories and stuff. But yeah, that's it. Take it easy, you guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon.